Things ran very smoothly during your incarceration, which I'm sure you already know. However, there are a few details that we need to discuss.
I want a meeting with Andrei Karpov as soon as possible.
All right, I will contact his attorney. I'm sure that she'll be able to set something up.
Just set it up for today.
Okay, consider it done. But, well, I'm sure you may already be aware of this. No matter how much Sonny is deceiving himself, Andrei Karpov is an extremely dangerous man. Fine, yes, I know. I have stated the obvious. But further, Andrei Karpov has every intention of competing with you, if not driving you out of business entirely.
It's not gonna happen.
Then you realize that to ensure your survival, you may find it impossible to protect Sonny, no matter how much you may want to.
Just set up the meeting.
Mr. Morgan, I would like to present Mr. Andrei Karpov and his chief counsel, Ms. Soshodonev. Jason Morgan.
I'm honored.
Mr. Morgan. And now we will wait outside, Ms. Donev. Ms. Donev?
I can see we're already in agreement. We both understand that in terms of the law, the female is the deadlier of the species.
You in business with Sonny Corinthos? For his sake, I'm going to allow it. In return, I expect you to leave my organization alone. Do not violate my territory. Don't interfere with my people.
I only want peace. That's why I hired Mr. Corinthos, to give you the incentive to coexist with me.
If you take any kind of hostile action, I will shut you down.
No one wants violence, especially with Mr. Corinthos standing in the middle. And I'm sure we all understand the kind of damage a stray bullet can do.
All right, looks good. Just start to unload. Thank you. Are you kidding me? You're following me
There's
now?
been a lot of unauthorized activity in this area, so I need to see your captain's license and supporting documentation.
Fine. Lucky, come on, we know I am working undercover. I thought we agreed to meet on
That's
Wednesday.
why I covered with papers.
What was so important that could
Because
I wait?
I'm worried about you.
So, Lucky, come on.
Amy Jacks is a potential suspect in this whole counterfeit drug ring.
So?
So if that's true, this whole thing just jumped away.
You need to stop it. You are harassing me. There are laws against stalking. You know, you are not immune to them just because you're a cop. I will have charges pressed against you the same I would anyone else. Besides, you cannot harass your way back to me.
I'm just checking your paperwork.
Fine, check in, then get out.
Be good.
Don't come near me again.
Anything I should know about? I'm letting 2 shipments. Right. The first is a cover. It can be landed in daylight. The one coming in tonight is crucial.
Wow, this is a secure location. There shouldn't be any problems.
I'm very grateful to you for making the arrangements. My people are excellent, but lacking experience when it comes to the particular challenges of Port Charles. Am I correct in assuming there will be no interference from Jason Morgan?
None at all.
I need you to sign off.
Sure. Can I get a minute?
Sure.
Thanks.
Leave it.
Hey.
Wow!
You got anything?
I'm exploring a new, avenue of information gathering by way of, Karpov's personal life. I may be able to, utilize the purchase records of a girlfriend to, as a starting point for information.
Okay, I don't know what the hell you just said.
Right.
But if it works, just do it, okay?
I'll start the search. Hey, while we're waiting, might be a good time for the grasshopper and his master to have a...
What is stop right now? What is wrong with you? Why are you twitching?
You know, we we are indeed a good team. And I mean, yes, her thought patterns aren't necessarily linear, and her ideas are often unconventional, but her insights are useful, even inspiring.
Hey,
at
what are
times.
you talking about?
Despite Stone Cold's instructions pertaining to anything privileged vis-a-vis anything related to mob activities or Karpov in particular.
This is about Maxie. What did you tell her?
Not much.
Spill it.
I may have alluded to the threat that Karpov poses.
All right. Well, thank you, and I will. Guess I'll see you next time, huh?
It's a pleasure.
Such a busy little thing. What are you up to this time, sweet Sam?
If you're gonna blab everything I have you do to Maxie, did you forget her dad's a police commissioner?
Maxie Mister would never betray my confidence.
She wouldn't have to do it on purpose. Something could slip out.
Yeah.
The cops would be crawling all over us. Even more important, if the wrong people realize that Maxie knows too much, she's at risk, Spinelli.
I know, the Jekyll knows that all Stone Cold says is true, and I've already resolved to distance myself from Maximista, but Stone Cold, it is so hard. Her flame, it draws this moth with... Ooh. Results.
What is it?
Information of a most dire nature. Two of Karpov's female acquaintances have met violent ends, most notably one who was, well, having sex with him on a 10th floor balcony that plunged to her death. Karpov called it a tragic accident.
You're a little behind on your town gossip. I haven't been Mrs. Corinthos in over a year. I'm happily married to someone else.
Not so happily. Otherwise, why are we here? Enjoying cocktails and each other's company.
I co-own this hotel.
I doubt you give every guest such personal attention.
That's true. I do find you intriguing.
The feeling is mutual. I'd like to know you better. But this is your place of business. Take a drive with me, so we can be alone.
Sir's new business associate has a somewhat checkered past. To wit, not one, but at least two female objects of his affection are now deceased.
Give me the details.
Well, the most recent one, Oksana Valeria, evidently she and Karpov were engaged in a session of carnal pleasures on the balcony of a 10th floor hotel. The sexual acrobatics combined with copious amounts of alcohol allegedly led to her losing her balance and plunging to her death over the railing, where she was pushed.
It's a beautiful night.
It's warm enough.
I can picture you in a car, top down, the wind rushing through your hair, city lights glistening like stars.
Does that line work with all the girls?
You're not a little girl, and I'm certainly not a schoolboy. My car is down there. It's a convertible. I'd very much like to see you in it.
I was always taught not to take rides with strangers.
My dear, I'm a guest in your hotel. I have to give you more information than the FBI requires.
Does that mean the FBI has information on you, Mr. Karpov?
Andrei. And who can tell what the FBI has? Besides, it's just a simple ride in a car.
Andre, I'm flattered. I really am. But we don't know each other very well. And you have a dangerous reputation.
Why would you think you have anything to fear from me? You sent me a very expensive bottle of vodka. I'd like a chance to return your hospitality.
Because I used to be married to Sonny Corinthos.
Because you're a charming and attractive woman.
One of many in this hotel. In this entire town, in fact.
You're not one of anything. You're unique.
And you're smooth.
Truly, I know about unique. I was raised in Odessa in southern Ukraine. Mother Russia made sure everyone had a place to live. Row after row, block after block of these big, ugly, gray apartment buildings. How you call it here, the projects. Well, that wasn't for me. So I worked hard, built an empire, an instinct. And now my instincts tell me you have a great strength and no fear. I admire that.
After marriage with Sonny Corinthos, I learned not to be skittish around gangsters.
And you assume I'm a gangster.
I assume a man as impressive and as powerful as you doesn't sell penny candy.
I'd be happy to tell you all about myself, business and personal, but not here.
This is Jax. May I speak with you privately about some hotel business?
The hotel business can wait. Mr. Karpov and I are going to take a ride.
Well, there's another woman. Well, there was another woman, Olga Cheshnikov. She, too, met with an untimely, violent death after an association with the Russian rogue of the underworld.
So he's never been arrested?
There's no evidence.
He's got money. He paid people off, Spinelli.
It is obvious that Comrade Karpov has no respect for women, and that's a character trait which Mr. Sir would certainly not approve. So perhaps if the not-so-retired one was enlightened, maybe he would avoid this disastrous alliance.
I want to know what product Karpov is shipping, okay? I want to know who he's working with in the States. I want to know how he pays his people. I need to shut this guy down before he gets a foothold in Port Charles.
You forgive the Jackal's contradiction, but if step one is to find out what's in the shipments, then perhaps the cyber world is not the place where we need to be. A harsher, more informative reality is called for.
What are you talking about?
Well, we need to leave the safe confines of our inner sanctum and converge on the lair of the Russian rogue himself. In other words, the grasshopper and the master must conduct a stakeout.